breaking news and welcome into This Just In's Universe Mode 2k24 as we see one of Universe Mode's greatest legends here looking to go one-on-one with one of the newest prospects as a part of the NXT brand, a man who debuted in the NXT Roadblock Rumble just 2 months ago and made such a impression by eliminating the beast, the monster throughout that match that was Powerhouse Hobbs. That being this man coming down to the ring now is Kyle Fletcher, the proto-star, and we see accompanied to the ring by, of course, Don Callis. His work not being done here tonight after we saw last night accompanying Josh Alexander down to the ring was Don Callis and bringing Josh Alexander to great success by winning the North American Championship off of Cody Rhodes. Now we see Kyle Fletcher being accompanied by the same aide. Don Callis, he has some kind of curse put on these people where they are incredibly talented athletes that succumb to his influence, which is so tragic to see as he is a despicable person, as we all know. But Kyle Fletcher, an astounding athlete in his own right, the proto-star, again, eliminating Powerhouse Hobbs, who looks like a surefire winner of the NXT Roadblock Rumble this year, the way that he eliminated Bryan Danielson, a man who was in that match from the beginning, from the number 2 spot all the way up until the end when he was eliminated by Powerhouse Hobbs. And if that means that Powerhouse Hobbs, in doing so, absorbed some of his power, then Kyle Fletcher was the man who eliminated Powerhouse Hobbs after that. So he, very successful in that Rumble match, but coming down to the final 2 and very narrowly being defeated by Joe Hendry, the man who we will see at the end of tonight. But now we see one of the greatest legends of all time here in Universe Mode, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, a former World Heavyweight Champion here in Universe Mode, that being the title lineage, as mentioned earlier, that Danielson held. Currently the Raw World Heavyweight Championship. Bryan Danielson actually losing that championship for 28 days to the man you see before you, Shawn Michaels. Shawn returning to the ring here in NXT to try and see if he still has the potential to go toe-to-toe with one of the best in the world, that being Kyle Fletcher, the way that he has proven himself in the past. Shawn Michaels, also a former NXT Tag Team Champion alongside Triple H when they beat the Grizzled Young Veterans and went on to hold those championships for 27 days before they lost them to Imperium here in Universe Mode. Shawn, part of some of the biggest matches over the course of Universe Mode history. As I mentioned, his rivalry, his battles with Bryan Danielson in the early stages of Universe Mode were stuff of legend. Now takes down Kyle Fletcher with that strike. Counters back. Fletcher with a springboard. Looks for the disaster kick, but it's evaded by Shawn Michaels, who walks out of the way, out of range, and follows it up with a Hurricane Rana there. Kick to the midsection and a DDT now. Fist drop there from Michaels, and a knee to the midsection of Kyle Fletcher. Now positioning him for a stomp to the face. Unrelenting offense here from Michaels. One of the greatest, huge pendulum backbreaker. One of the greatest competitors of a generation. One of my favorite memories of Shawn Michaels here in Universe Mode is when he teamed up as part of D-Generation X to go in a 6-man tag team match against the NWO back at WWE versus NJPW Survivor Series as a part of 2K22's Universe Mode. A combination of strikes, stomp to the midsection there from Michaels, driving the knee into the face of Fletcher seated in the corner. Fletcher really hot-tempered, as we saw in the Royal Rumble match, quick to make an impact, quick to make an impression, and because of doing so has angered and frustrated some of the biggest competitors here in NXT, including Shawn Michaels, a man who doesn't really wrestle at every exchange at this stage of his career, at this rate. Even here in Universe mode, he is very rarely, scarcely seen these days, especially in singles competition. As mentioned, the last time that we saw Shawn Michaels as a predominant feature on the shows was when he was the tag team champion with Triple H for, not only lasted for 27 days. Shawn Michaels serving as a gatekeeper here tonight for Kyle Fletcher as part of the NXT brand. Attempted power slam there, but a sit out Michinoku driver from Kyle Fletcher on the outside has got to be devastating for Shawn Michaels. The lower back down onto the mat, the padded ground. I mean, it's not too thickly padded in order for Shawn Michaels to really feel any kind of give towards that. Stomp to the back of the arm now, and a pinfall attempt there. Kick out though from Michaels. Fletcher realizing he's going to have to do even more than that for this match to be over, but perhaps knowing so and just wanting to kind of play a mental game here on Michaels. Michaels looks for the powerbomb attempt, but it's countered by Fletcher, who turns it into a sunset flip, but now Michaels reversing the momentum here. Fletcher again reversing the momentum though, and now Michaels back and forth. Hey, yo, what is going on here? Now running clothesline, Shawn Michaels takes Fletcher into the corner, follows it up with an alley-oop. Now Michaels power slam attempt here, drops him down with a huge power slam, scoop slam. Flatliner though from Kyle Fletcher. Now Fletcher isolating the arm of Michaels, drives the knee across the inner elbow of Michaels. Kick to the face, and now Michaels follows it up with a clothesline that takes down Fletcher. Drives Fletcher across the chest first, across the knee. And you have to wonder what kind of game plan Don Callis had cooked up for Kyle Fletcher. He's had a whole day to prepare since he had to advise Josh Alexander. Diving crossbody from Shawn Michaels all the way from the top rope to the outside, and Fletcher catching Michaels on the way down for that crossbody, but all the momentum, the velocity with which Michaels came in superseded that. Now Michaels, we see, positioning himself, springboarding off of the ropes with a tremendous moonsault. Shawn Michaels showing that he still has the agility to go with one of the top competitors here in Universe mode today. Now climbing all the way up to the top rope, going to perhaps look for another crossbody, but no, instead an axe handle. And perhaps Don Callis realizing that he could not have properly prepared for what was coming before him here tonight. Shawn Michaels with that forearm smash follows it up with a Manhattan drop and another scoop slam. Fired up is Shawn Michaels now, going up to the top rope and could be looking for that patented elbow drop. Pinfall attempt now. 1, 2, and no, a near fall. Tremendous elbow drop at the hands of Shawn Michaels. And now Shawn, typical comeback, looking to tune up the band. We know what comes next. Sweet chin music sidestepped by Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher, however, rebounding Shawn Michaels across the ropes, looked to come running in with that crossbody, but no, now Shawn landing the sweet chin music, but too tired to capitalize on the pin immediately, and giving Fletcher a few more seconds to recover there. Pinfall attempt now, and Fletcher getting the shoulder up, just barely. I think those few extra seconds really cost Shawn Michaels there, where he fell to the ground and could not capitalize directly into a pinfall. Another scoop slam here from Michaels.
It might just be a matter of time. This one is close to coming to a head. This isn't the smartest thing to do. Antagonizing.
Michaels calling out to Kyle Fletcher from the apron, motioning to the crowd now to fire them up, and is perhaps going to look to go to the top rope yet again, but Kyle Fletcher comes running in to cut him off. Now Fletcher back up to, getting Michaels back up to his feet. Looks for that side slam, but it's countered by Michaels, who backflips out of it into a drop kick. Next, Michaels jawbreaker to Kyle Fletcher, who is prone on the outside. Now again, gonna look for the springboard, this time landing on Don on the outside. Don at risk there of more offense at the hands of Shawn Michaels. Could really be bad for Callis, considering his desire to agent everybody here in universe mode. He could be sustaining some damage here from Shawn Michaels. Pile driver from Shawn Michaels to Don Callis, and sweet chin music now to Callis. Great to see Don Callis get his comeuppance there. Now a strike to the face at the hands of Shawn Michaels. Takes down Kyle Fletcher, who we see is busted open. And a pile driver now from Shawn Michaels. Pinfall attempt here. 1, 2, and no, a near fall off of that pile driver from Shawn. On the outside of the ring, somehow Don Callis has already recovered from a pile driver and a sweet chin music. I know he used to be a wrestler himself, but quite shocking recovery speed at the hands of Don Callis. Now springboard moonsault attempted by Shawn Michaels, sidestepped however by Fletcher, able to move out of the way. Fletcher now rebounding Michaels off of the ropes, comes running in with that tremendous crossbody attack. Such a quick speed. Takes down Shawn Michaels with that inverted DDT. Now Michaels back up to his feet. Kyle Fletcher, however, looking for an attempted power slam, countered by Michaels with a series of back elbows, but now fired up is Kyle Fletcher with a series of clothesline takedowns and sweeping out the leg to finalize that combination. Pinfall attempt here from Fletcher. A kick out from Shawn Michaels still. Michaels still relatively fresh, it seems, in this contest. Perhaps was going to look for the sweet chin music there, but realizing Kyle Fletcher getting to recover even quicker than he was suspecting. Now Michaels going to look to lock in the figure 4 leg lock here. Submission attempt on Kyle Fletcher. And Fletcher quickly striking out of it, striking the knee of Shawn Michaels. Follows it up with a brain buster from Fletcher. Pinfall attempt here. 1 and a quick kick out from Michaels. Gets back up to his feet, looks for the sweet chin music, but no, it's Fletcher who catches him with a spinning tombstone pile driver. Now here's the pinfall that we see from Fletcher. Kick out at 2. Shawn Michaels just barely getting the shoulder up there off the spinning tombstone. Now barely getting back up to his feet here. Fletcher comes running in with that huge kick. Some more kicks to the face of Shawn Michaels. Busting open the Heartbreak Kid on that last one. The absolute disrespect that we see from Kyle Fletcher very much suits the accomplice Don Callis on the outside very fittingly. Shawn Michaels now positioning Kyle Fletcher up, seated on the top rope, but a counter from Fletcher now rebounding Shawn Michaels back and forth off of the ropes, comes running in with a crossbody, countered however. Kyle Fletcher came running in, catches the drop kick, dazed and confused, and then follows it up with a sweet chin music now from Shawn Michaels. And Michaels, rather than crawling towards the pin, chooses to crawl towards the corner, perhaps to tune up the band just one more time here on Kyle Fletcher, looking to put him away with a third sweet chin music here. Sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels to Fletcher. Pinfall attempt 2 and 3. No! Fletcher somehow getting the shoulder up so barely at the last second. Fletcher showing everyone here tonight that he is not willing to give up, and he needs to shoot through the ranks of Universe Mode here. He needs to be in championship contention by his own right. The best way to do so is a tremendous performance here tonight against the Heartbreak Kid, as he is showing us. Now a series of chops there from Shawn Michaels. Reverse countered, series of strikes back and forth. Now we go. A chop from Kyle Fletcher. And a fist to the face from Shawn Michaels, back and forth. Neither man maintaining the advantage, just going shot for shot. Continuing on, and now Kyle Fletcher chooses to invite it. And perhaps will be his undoing again, inviting in. But no, lured him into that one. Answered back with a strike of his own. And now Shawn again answering back. And these two men absolutely slugging it out, fired up, going blow for blow, and these fans are loving it here tonight. Kyle Fletcher gaining the advantage on that strike exchange. Now brings Shawn Michaels in for a tombstone yet again. Shawn Michaels, though, fired up, kips right back up, and now goes to the corner, runs to the corner to recover quicker than Kyle Fletcher can with a sweet shin music. The last bit of effort that Shawn Michaels had, he used there to hit that sweet shin music. Now desperately crawling into the pin. 1, 2, and no again. Fletcher with the shoulder up. How does he do it? How did he kick out of yet another sweet chin music?
He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
Shawn now looking to go to the top rope here and dive down onto Fletcher, but Fletcher comes in and hits the deadly drive, sending Shawn Michaels down into the middle of the ring off of the top rope back first. Now it's Fletcher who sends Shawn Michaels into the turnbuckle pad, kicks out the leg of Shawn Michaels, looks to go up to the second rope and follow it up with a Canadian Destroyer, the Panama Sunrise pinfall attempt now on Shawn Michaels, and gets the pin off of that flipping pile driver. Does Kyle Fletcher, a surprising way to win this matchup, but the Protostar cementing his position here on the brand of NXT. A tremendous performance arriving in the Rumble, and a tremendous matchup here tonight that we saw. Incredible showing from Kyle Fletcher, but now we go on to the NXT Tag Team Championship title defense in a triple threat ladder match here. Tremendous match coming up on display between 6 of the most capable athletes we have here in Universe Mode, 6 of the most recurring, consistently successful performers on the NXT brand. The first one that we introduce now here tonight are the current champions of PWG, bringing out their tag team championships with them. It is Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin, looking to take their chance at obtaining double championship gold here tonight. If they could walk away with this, they will be not only the PWG tag team champions, which you see around their waists, but retrieving the championships from above the ring. They would also be the NXT tag team champions, which would be such a great feather in the cap of these two very young and talented athletes. Tremendous performances that we've seen over the course of the year throughout PWG by these two in multiple tag team matches, not to mention their championship victory initially over the Blackpool Combat Club, also defeating the Alpha Bullet Club last month, Chris Bay and Ace Austin. Not to mention a successful title defense at the finale show of PWG against the Rascals. And next we see coming out two men who have previously held the NXT Tag Team Championships here in Universe mode. We see the Street Profits looking to obtain former glory. Street Profits held those Tag Team Championships way back in 2K19 Universe mode, I believe. And they were the ones to dethrone the Worldwide Underground, hold those Tag Team Championships for 42 days, and then following that was the championship reign of the Safeguard, Test, and Austin Theory, part of a faction that was designed to hold on to all of the championships in NXT and secure and protect them. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, though, former tag team success here in Universe mode, so we know that they can have the capabilities to obtain those championships yet again. And you got to think that a ladder match would certainly benefit these two athletes. Both these two men putting on, in this year, when I'm recording this, 2026, last year, 2025, they had a series of tremendous ladder matches on SmackDown. A couple against DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. And lastly, we see coming out to the ring, last night we saw the appearance of Rey Mysterio in a 8-man tag team match with the LWO. And now two men here that you pretty much cannot discuss without mentioning Rey Mysterio this year in Universe mode. Across NXT, the rivalry has persisted between the LWO, Rey Mysterio, and the members of the Judgment Day. Probably one of the biggest rivalries here in NXT over the course of the year. Ever since the betrayal that we saw at the hands of Eddie Guerrero way back at NXT Heatwave, that was when Dominic Mysterio teamed up with JD McDonough and was facing Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, and we saw the betrayal at the hands of Guerrero to Rey Mysterio that made him a part of the Judgment Day. So you have to say that do the ends justify the means, because Eddie Guerrero and Dominic Mysterio would go on to defeat the Dudley Boys and maintain a 77-day championship reign so far. Now Eddie Guerrero with a slingshot DDT to Dante Martin on the outside. Tremendous. We can expect a tremendous showcase of talent and ability here tonight. And it's worth mentioning right now that I am wearing the Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero WWE Undisputed Black and White Championship t-shirt that came out way back in 2005. I think it says "Addicted to the Heat" on the back. My brother got this for me for Christmas, and I think that's a huge flex. So thank you so much, Kyle. The shirt is awesome. Really appreciate it. And now we see going up to the top rope is Angelo Dawkins, looking to retrieve the championship very early on in this matchup. But not to do so. Dante Martin meets him up at the top, and meanwhile on the down on the ring we see Eddie Guerrero push over the ladder, which leads to a very awkward situation here, where Angelo Dawkins and Dante Martin were floating through the air, stalling suplex there onto Dante Martin, but Darius able to move the ladder out of their way just in time. Now we see Dom Mysterio. Oh, a dive from the outside from Dante Martin, attempted to land on the Judgment Day, but now a springboard crossbody from Eddie Guerrero instead. Now a running Hurricane Rana on the inside to Darius Martin, and Angelo Dawkins looks to get back into the ring. Meanwhile, Montez Ford fighting on the outside with Dom Mysterio. Crucifix powerbomb from Eddie Guerrero there, and now we see Darius Martin looking to retain the championship. Gets pushed over, does the ladder at the hands of Eddie Guerrero, and now Angelo Dawkins catches Darius Martin coming down off of that championship. Meanwhile, on the outside, Dante Martin landing that Hurricane Rana. Eddie Guerrero, though, sending Darius Martin to the outside, perhaps going to look now to prep for a tope suicida, but I think he only connected with his tag team partner Dom Mysterio there, as a matter of fact, as now the Street Profits get the advantage on Top Flight. Huge spine buster and takedown from Angelo Dawkins there to Eddie Guerrero. And on the inside of the ring, we see Darius Martin looking for to attempt to set up the ladder to climb it, but Eddie knocking it down in the process of diving down on him.
Dominic was ready for that.
Eddie with a reversal on Dawkins there. Meanwhile, Dom drops Darius Martin across the top rope with that hot shot. Now Eddie dives to the outside down onto Angelo Dawkins and lands a Hurricane Rana. Great showing from Eddie Guerrero so far here in this match. Now Dante Martin looks to take down the championships, but before he can do so, falling backwards, taking down Eddie Guerrero as well. As he gets taken down off of the ladder, but also knocked out Eddie as a combination. Eddie, however, landing that springboard drop kick to Montez Ford now, following it up with a slingshot DDT yet again to Dante Martin, but Dante Martin back up to his feet quick. Meanwhile, on the inside of the ring, Montez Ford landing a neckbreaker on Dom Mysterio. Now Eddie looking for that fisherman suplex on a returning Darius Martin. Darius, however, countering it, fireman's carry position and a series of elbows. Snapmare there and a hesitation drop kick there from Montez Ford, who rolls into position to take down Darius Martin as well. Street Profits certainly desiring championship gold. Oh, a huge shot from Dante Martin with the knee. Sends Eddie Guerrero into that ladder bridge on the outside. That was vicious with that knee strike. Meanwhile, on the inside, shoulder tackle from Angelo Dawkins takes down Darius Martin, and yet another ladder gets introduced now, this time from Montez Ford and Dominic Mysterio at the same time, going to introduce yet another ladder into this match. 4 ladders at ringside, and Eddie Guerrero with a diving senton off the top rope. Meanwhile, on the inside, locked and loaded, Angelo Dawkins landing his finish on Dom Mysterio, taking him out. Springboard Hurricane Rana to the inside from Eddie Guerrero, and now he will meet Angelo Dawkins at the top of the ladder. Dawkins, though, battling back and forth with Eddie. Now Darius pulls down Eddie Guerrero. However, on the other side, Dante and Dom Mysterio working together to take down Angelo Dawkins from achieving championship gold. But perhaps looking to capitalize on the distraction. Now Montez Ford also looking to climb the ladder while everyone else was occupied. Now we see Dom Mysterio, however, following him up. Twisting neckbreaker off the top of the ladder from Dom Mysterio to Montez. Dom showing great extents to... Oh, a huge frog splash. Going through great extents to keep the championship here tonight. Frog splash, and it follows up with a diving elbow off the ladder from both members of the Judgment Day, desperate to keep their championships here tonight. Now combination of kicks here from Darius Martin, kick to the head. Darius Martin busted open. I'm not sure at what point in this match that happened, but we see it now. Splash from Dawkins. Huge combination of Irish whips, reversals there from Darius Martin and Eddie Guerrero, but now they split up to each be attempting to gain the advantage on one member of the Street Profits, but Eddie Guerrero lands that crucifix powerbomb. However, Angelo Dawkins successful in defeating, for the time being at least, the threat of Darius Martin there. Absolute chaos in this match. So much going on at each moment that it's a lot to keep up with. Of course, all 3 of these teams feeling that they are worthy of championship gold. F5 there from Darius Martin. Follows it up with a frog splash onto Montez Ford. That was quite a combination from these 2 teams to work together to eliminate Montez there. Incredible showing of combination offense from two teams that aren't necessarily cooperating. Now Dom Mysterio going to look to land the Three Amigos. Meanwhile, on the inside, Darius Martin. It was some big offense on Eddie Guerrero. Three Amigos there from Dom to Dante Martin in honor of his tag team partner here. Springboard drop kick attempted by Darius Martin there.
Out of the ring, what's his plan here?
Now a Hurricane Rana on the outside from Dante sends Angelo Dawkins soaring across the ringside area. Straight jacket German suplex there from Dante Martin onto Eddie Guerrero. Perhaps catching the ladder on the way down as well. Hurricane Rana there from Dante looks to send Eddie into the ropes. Dom Mysterio, however, throwing Darius to the outside. Yet another ladder bridge gets introduced now at the hands of the Street Profits working together on the outside. We see Montez Ford grab that kendo stick. Now Montez Ford. Terrible landing for Eddie Guerrero, as Dominic Mysterio already occupied that ladder bridge, and then Eddie Guerrero just landing brutally. Now meanwhile, Angelo Dawkins sending for a power slam to the outside. Darius Martin, a terrible landing for him. Meanwhile, on the inside of the ring, Montez Ford looking to obtain championship gold. Quickly though, it's Eddie Guerrero who's looking to interject himself and prevent Montez Ford from acquiring that championship. Now finally the ladder gets pushed down at the hands of Dante Martin, and Eddie Guerrero yet again going to look to go to the top rope and dive down. Huge senton onto Dante Martin, going through the ladder bridge for a second time in this matchup, following the Street Profits setting it up. This is awesome. An absolutely insane display of pandemonium really here for the ladder match for the tag team championships of all. All these men want to walk away as the world tag team champions here tonight. And can you really blame them for putting everything on the line? But the lengths that they're willing to go through to get those championships is something truly to admire here. Inverted DDT there from Eddie Guerrero. Sets up the ladder there, does Dante Martin. And Martin going to look to work his way up the ladder. But Dom Mysterio right behind him. Huge sky high from Angelo Dawkins to Dom Mysterio. And Dante Martin now looking to capture the championship. Everybody else fighting around him, and he does! Dante Martin pulls down the championship while everybody else was busy fighting and distracted underneath him at the bottom of the ring. We saw them escape to the outside of the ring at the last moment there. And some great highlights from this match. The lock and load on the ladder. Huge frog splash, dives off the ladder, neck breaker off the ladder from the Judgment Day. But now we have new tag team champions after a 77-day reign. The reign of the Judgment Day, at least for the time being, is over. And now we have double champions. The NXT World Tag Team Champions and the PWG Tag Champions. You see before you. This is top flight, and this is their generation. Thank you for joining me for part 2. Don't forget to check out part 3 of NXT's Stand and Deliver.